Namaskaram, Swagatam, Suswagatam. Namaste and a big hi to all the Radio Vani listeners worldwide. Welcome to my first episode of the Spiritual Minutes, a portal to your universe. Our topic today is spirituality, a plot twist. As a spiritual life coach, I am here today to guide you on the spiritual path. I will be hosting multiple episodes on Spiritual Minutes. Every episode will have a different topic. In these episodes, you will be walked through different aspects of spiritual practices and its turnaround effects on total human wellness. So much has changed since we started this year 2020. Under such circumstances, many of us have changed our ways of understanding certain aspects towards life. Many have realized the value of preservation, caring, and a basic survival. During these difficult times, some of us have taken difficult tasks to survive on a different level. Some have achieved, some still need to run, and those who have felt distressed and broken, hold in there. All has not ended. So before I move any further to what I really want to say today, let us put a name to the voice behind the mic. Yes, I haven't introduced myself. So people, to remember me as Millie, yes, just Millie, it'll be much simpler. I truly hope this will be a journey worth remembering together and wish greatly that by the end of my episodes, I would have brought in impactful positive transformations in many of your lives. I have to be honest. When I was invited to speak on spirituality, I was a bit reluctant, as I know for sure one cannot make spirituality understood, no matter what their accolades may be, because spirituality has to be experienced, and thus choosing my topics diligently was imperative. My best efforts have gone into designing this set of series called the Spiritual Minutes. Today's coverage will leverage the myths and the facts of spiritual understanding and the basic fundamentals. So to begin with, let's ask ourselves what spirituality really means, and let's try to understand how we all look at it. A. Spirituality is a religious ritual? Myth. B. Spirituality is meditation, mindfulness, yoga, etc., etc. Not true. C. Spirituality is a procession of multiple rituals. False. D. Spirituality is following another spiritual guru? Maybe not. So what is spirituality finally? Let me tell you. All the understanding of spirituality that I jotted above is only a tool to uncover and discover your own inner self, your own spiritual level, your own universe. So the emphasis is the aspect that we all know as spirituality is an entity within you. It's you. We all are born with a very high level of spiritual intellect. As children, we have great positivity, a simple understanding to happiness, and that pure energy radiates. Thus, as kids, we would have attracted and many times healed, stressed out and burnt out adults. So what happens on the way to our adulthood? Why does that enigma, that aura, get covered, hidden behind layers after layers? So, if we really take a step back and try to understand and simplify the concept, these are different practices of living a holistic lifestyle under one broad spectrum umbrella called spirituality. All my narratives will not try to make you understand what terms like higher consciousness, self-discovery, Zen, Dantian, absolute chi, and energy center means. These are some patent terminologies used by energy or spiritual workers and life coaches. I will focus on brain hacks, biohacking, and rhetorical questions that will activate your thinking ability, and that will move you closer and closer to your internal and eternal truth. The question here is, why must you take a different path or a route to understand spirituality? In an already preset template of spiritual soul talks and soul walks of life, why mustn't you just pick up one template and fit yourself in? You must not, as spirituality is not one size fits all. Sadly though, workshops, practices run practically on the very same thing. Let's say hypothetically you are a part of 25-member yoga class, of which 20 people connect to every damn instruction given by the yogic instructor. However, you're not one of them, and you come back to your core feeling terrible about it. And then you go back the next day with a determination in your mind that today I will connect. And again you don't. If you keep going back, you need to stop right there. You're getting trapped. Some of you may interpret this as maybe I'm asking you to quit. And you're right. Because in the energy world of positivity and in energy balance, this is not called quitting. It's called letting go. Declutter areas which do not help you with the ultimate connectedness. As one of the great emperor Marcus Aurelius once stated, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. So if I was to extend this quote a bit further, this is how it will be stated. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Everything we experience is the ultimate lesson of the truth. And that is what I'm going to build with you together in my episodes. The question again is, where are we going with all this? Yes, you are on the path of discovering your inner self, and soon I will make you resonate to the smallest moment of your everyday life and its spiritual connections, making you spiritual heroes, unlike what you may have felt earlier or what others may have made you feel. To add the emphasis to exploration on this path, let me read out something for all of you. I had randomly read this meme somewhere on social media, but it stuck to me like a leech and kept sucking my blood till I was infested with this thought. So this is how it goes. When you are in a self-doubt, remind yourself that you were the one and only one in 700 million sperms to make it to the ovary. And that, my friend, was your first ever success to life in life. Let this be a reminder that your birth in itself was legendary. So why would you not make your life to be one? Why would you think anything lesser of yourself? Spiritual attunement is not a gift for just some handful spiritual syndicates. What you may not know and what they never will tell you is this: you personally can achieve certain elevated levels of self-attunement in everyday life. Why would I want you to know this? It's simple. I come from the thought chain that the more I educate and make others realize their own gifts, the more I create a collective positive energy pool. It's an essential fundamental to work our ways ground up together. Have you ever realized that everyone around you keeps saying, be positive, you attract, you command your universe, and many such jargons? And in a daily chaos, all that is lost. But you need to run the day in every possible way. All this really makes no sense, and even if it makes, you maybe never give it a thought or your time. So let's start with the regular day we all live in. Take a stock of the day, and in the end of that day, make a note of one small change you will feasibly make to improve the quality of your next day. If you've already started, you're already on the mindfulness path. One small change. Just imagine how many such spiritual levels you reach in a day. Let's take a few more examples. If you have been intuitive enough to understand the silence of a loved one, you have achieved another elevation. For example, you went into a meeting prepared for something you weren't expected to. It was your vision. No matter how your day would have been, you would have walked home and your presence, your touch would have healed someone in your family. In what way do you ever feel or have been made to feel that you have no connectedness, no understanding of a spiritual endeavor? You're living it every day. If you're living, breathing, it is for a mission. Start getting conscious of your reaction, your emotion. Notice small things, and if you're already there, you are no lesser than a spiritual syndicate. All you need to do each day is up your game. In my upcoming episodes, I'll help you play around with your elements, your chakras, talk about methods, spiritual practices, tools like essential oils, accessories, and also colors as therapy. As you will take baby steps with me, you will begin to see drastic changes in your surroundings, your thoughts, behavior, and will also miraculously see obstacles fading off your path. The point is, why is it so important to have a spiritually sound mind? And for that, you don't need to be a pro. It's a misconception. So let's see what happens to the quality of life when you start towards the holistic changes. A pause. Taking small pauses in a day that runs you out is a way to connect to yourself. It also indirectly conditions your mind to think better and make better decisions. So what do you do for taking a pause? Anything. Say you love music, reading a paragraph. Yes, just a paragraph. Reading is not a marathon. So that's a stereotypic effect of reading. It's not a marathon. Take your time, read one paragraph, or just simply immerse yourself in a meditative state, whatever you may like. Staring out of the window, looking at the sky, looking at the nature. It could be just about anything, but take a pause. Take a pause in a day. B, breathing. It has been scientifically proved that practicing proper breathing techniques helps in alleviating stress, blood pressure, anxiety, and also depression. Now you would want to ask, in between my work, how can I practice breathing? Why not? You will say it's absurd. To this I say, it does not mean that to practice proper and regulated breathing, you need to be in a yoga position. See, that's what has become the stereotypic blockages. In my upcoming episodes, I will be running one full episode on breathing, which will emphasize simple breathing breaks. Connection. When I say make a connection, I don't mean what everyone thinks about connectivity. It could be just talking to a different age group than yours, different people with different mindset than yours, or you open your mind to information, and that, my friends, is a brain conditioning exercise. Don't shy away from social topics. Try to talk about social issues. Give your point of view. Don't hesitate, and you will amaze yourself. D. The only attention that you need is yours. Keep that in mind. Work on impressing yourselves. First, making promises to yourself and keeping it. Now that is a substantial character of a person. So be that person. E. Last but not the least, connect with the people you love. Be mindful when you're on dinner table with them. Share your day. Let's see what they have to say. This is awareness practice. You will be pleasantly surprised that you have raised good children. Their point of view will start making sense, and this will grow your interpersonal skills. Now, if you tell me you don't believe this will lead you to a spiritual path, I can only say try. It is a foolproof and time-tested method to make this achievement happen for you without disrupting your regular life. It has worked for me, my clients, and many of my acquaintances. In fact, this is the only way to illuminate your personal aura with an inner light. Transform your life and a positive shift in your total wellness and overall prosperity. This is a soul connection to corrections. This is a shift. So till we meet again, try one change and surprise yourself. Maybe I'll get to learn something from you. Write to me or email me. Till we meet again, know this for sure. Spirituality is not a 360-degree turnaround or some few seconds of an epiphany, you can say. It is the willpower and the persistent effort to self-improvement of the person who walks this path. And you walk this path every day. You are the protagonist and the writer of your spiritual destiny. We'll see you in my next Saturday episode with the upcoming topics: spiritual styling and elements. It will primarily focus on the aspects of your elements and how it plays along with your style, enhancing your sense of self, your likings, your taste, and your class. I know you'll be surprisingly asking yourself, how is element and styling changing me spiritually? Look around, my dears. Everyone around you is talking about spiritual healing. Everyone around you is talking about something called self-discovery, self-love. It's like becoming a fad statement or a spiritual person's style statement, or you can call it a fashion. I promise that I will make you write your personal style statement, your spiritual signature. Till then, we'll look forward to present again, and we'll hope you will be equally eager to listen to me. Thank you and namaste.